Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel My Study. And in this video we are going to have create our first ever EC2 instance, which is a Linux base. So here we are going to use one user data script that is nothing but initialization script. So when your instance is started creating, the very first time once it is being completely up and running, it's just going to execute few commands like some package manager. We are going to use yum update, some web server we are going to install, and we are just simply going to write a small script like a index.html. We are just going to print some IP address, okay, with a host name. Okay, so let me go to my AWS EC2, and I can just simply navigate to EC2 directly from here. Okay, so currently in an instance running, there is 0 instance running. I can just start with a new one. Let me launch the instance. Okay, so very first thing, you just need to provide the name. So let's say my first EC2. Okay. And next thing is you just need to select that which application you want to deploy or which OS you want to use it. So as a part of quick start, you can have a look at there is Amazon Linux, their own version is available, or Mac OS, Ubuntu, Windows. If you want to browse for more Amazon machine image, you can just browse from here and select which one you are interested. So almost all you will get it. If you have created your own images, that will be available here, but we haven't reached to that far yet. From the AWS Marketplace EMI also, you can browse any of the image and deploy it here. There are some community AMIs are also available. Now here we are interested in some Linux based version, and that also comes under a free tier version. So I'm just going to continue with this AWS Linux. There are two AWS Linux is available, so I'll just go ahead with the AWS Linux 2 with a 64-bit x64 architecture. Okay, I guess it's being selected, and some of the configuration related to those machine image. Okay, next thing is instance type. So there are a lot of instance type being currently supported, but we'll just continue with this free tier eligible. Later we are going to discuss about what are the different types of instance are available. You can always go ahead and compare from here. So all the detailed stuff you will be able to get it from here. How much RAM you require, how much memory you require, how much CPU you require, for what kind of performance you want this thing. So for now, let's just continue with the free tier one that comes under first tier as a free tier. Okay, so we have selected this one. I guess it is being selected. Yeah, that is being selected. Key value pair. So while you want to connect with your EC2 instance, how you are going to connect it. So for that, we are just simply going to create a new key value pair. Let's say my key pair Linux, because later we are going to see how we can create for the Windows also. So there are two kinds, RS8 kind, and there is a ED25519 encrypted. So private key file which we want, that is PEM file, which we can use via OpenSSH also. In case you download this .ppk via putty client, you can connect it. For now, let me just create key value pair, and you can see this key value pair currently being downloaded. Next one is a network settings. So I'll just continue with the creation of new security group. Don't worry about all those options in detail for now. I just want to allow SSH traffic, because without allowing SSH traffic, we just cannot connect via this particular key. You want to allow some HTTP traffic, let me allow it. No HTTPS for now. Okay. Or configure storage. So with this free tier, up to 30 GB of EBS general purpose, you will get it free. So this 8 GB is a good enough, and this is the type of EBS storage you want. So GP2 by default. Let's just continue with that. In advanced setting, no other change we are going to do it. Let's just continue with the exactly same default configuration which is already being selected. Okay, I don't want to change anything. Okay, next one thing, I just want to change some of the things like upload a file when user data and enter this field here. So if you just have a look at the info related to this user data, so specify data to provide the commands and command line script run when you launch your instance. So the first time when your instance being launched, this particular script is going to be executed. You can choose the file and select the file which you want to run in case you have a small script. So in our case it's a small script, so I'll just continue with this script by putting in a text box. Okay, so that is good enough for us. On the right hand side you will be able to see the complete summary. In case just not a one instance but you want to create multiple instance, in that particular case you can always go ahead with a number of instance. This is the software image like Amazon Linux 2 machine. We are going to continue with that. Virtual server type t2.micro. So it's just going to have, let me just clarify with this t2 micro, it's just going to have one virtual CPU and 1 gigs of RAM. Okay, so we are under a free tier, and you can have a look at this free tier. That is the part of first 1 year. Okay, 750 hours of T2 micro you will completely get of free, but in some of the region where it is not available, you can get T3 micro also. So currently the region being selected, that is in Virginia, US East 1, that is where it's just going to create our first instance. So let me launch the instance, and you can have a look at just started creating security group and launch initiation. Okay, so successfully initiated launch of instance. You can always observe all the launch log also. So everything being succeeded. Now once the instance will be created, I guess it's being created. I can just go from here. So all the instance which is running, that will be listed here. So currently the instance state is pending. Okay, but let's just wait for some time. Let me refresh. I can just go back directly from here exactly at the same screen. So it will take a little time, so let's just wait for some time and you can have a look at my instance. This is running and fine. Okay, if I just go inside my instance state, all the configuration which we have selected, there are many configuration which is by default being selected and we didn't try to change it, but you can always go ahead and confirm from here. Now the next important thing is we have a IP address with our EC2 instance, and through this IP address only we are simply going to connect it. So keep this thing in your mind, and by selecting this particular option I'm just going to connect it. So whatever new machine, or I would say whatever instance you want to connect, you can just select this particular option and connect it. So you can see there are multiple options are available for you to connect. The very first one, that's very simple and easiest one, that is a browser based EC2 instance connect. Okay, so I'll just go ahead with EC2 instance connect having a username EC2-user. Let me connect it, and in another window it's just going to connect, and we will be able to see see the machine being connected. If I just try for, let's say ls, there is nothing at this particular location, but this is pwd. So /home/EC2-user. So we are inside our machine. Now why we are able to connect to this particular machine? The only reason is that in a security group we are allowed for SSH connection. Okay, so that is the one way we try to connect it. Let's just try with one more way. There is another way like a session manager. So there is a SSH client also. So here you can use and follow this particular steps. So for that I have to use some SSH client. So in my Windows machine, if I just go for command line prompt, let me just type SSH, and we didn't get any kind of error. Some options as a helper text it has given, that means SSH is being installed here. Okay, next thing is I have to locate this private key. So in this particular case, this private key is available in my download folder. So I can just navigate directly to the download with CMD. Yeah, so this is where my key is available, my key pair linux.pem. Okay, so what it says that this key is used to launch your instance with this particular name, and you can connect this instance using your public DNS. Okay, So how you can be able to connect? So this is the complete command. One can use it to connect it. So that is available at my same place. I'll just go ahead. So are you sure you want to continue connecting? Yes. So I'll just go ahead with yes, and hopefully I'll be inside this same one. Let's say I'll just try to create some touch hello.txt. So file being created, hello.txt. Now same thing, I'll be able to get it from here also. So that is, see, hello.txt. Okay, so from the both this place we just try to connect it, and we are successfully able to connect to our machine. Now whatever user data script which we have entered, how we can verify it? So we can just simply go to instance connect, and I want to show you about those script once again. So you can see at this particular location we just wrote index.html page. So let me just go to this particular location, or I just try to display the content here. So that is where www index, I guess that will be, yeah, within that there is a HTML folder, index.html, and you can see this is the content being copied. Okay, now I just want to serve this particular page. So I can just go to my instance, and let's say I'll just use my public IP address. Okay, let me open this public IP address, and we are unable to connect it. So let's just wait for some time. It might take some time, or should not take some time. Okay, so only reason is that it just try to connect with this HTTPS, and we are interested to connect with HTTP because we didn't allow for HTTPS port. So you can see with this HTTP, it's a secure, it's not a secure, but it's successfully being deployed, and our web service also continuously running. Now whatever you are connecting this EC2 instance from this particular browser based stuff, internally it's just simply using this SSH only. So from this security group, let's say security, if I just try to remove this 22 number port, we might not be able to connect with this EC2 instance. Or let's say if I just try to remove, or on one more inbound rule like a traffic allow from this 80 number port, we won't be able to access this particular service. So those small check, let's just try to do it. So we are inside the machine. I just want to change some security related stuff. Change security group. Okay, not changing security group. Okay, I can just go to instance, and I want to edit actually. Manage instance state. So no. So for that you can always go to VPC, and things got changed. So let me just go to VPC. I'm just going to open this VPC in another tab. So currently whatever VPC we have used, that is security group. Okay, we are interested in security group. There we will be able to change it. So okay, I could have navigate directly to the security group only. Okay, let me just search for, see, security group EC2 features. So security group is available here also. That is the same place we are navigating. Okay, now the security group where I am interested, that is the launch wizard 2. Yeah, launch wizard 2. Within that I just want to remove, let's say, HTTP. Okay, HTTP port, and let's say edit inbound rule. So HTTP, I'll just simply delete it. Let me save it. The moment I remove this HTTP port, you will be able to see we won't be able to access our website because 80 port is not allowed as an inbound connection to our EC2 instance. Now the same way, if I just try for, let's say, SSH port to remove it, let me save, and I want to connect it now. So let's say I'll just try to connect from EC2 instance in another tab, and you will be able to see that now because this 22 number port is not allowed from here, we won't be able to access. See, now let me just add one security group once again, and let me verify with one rule. Let's say that will be SSH, and let me save it. Okay, CIDR block. So from where you want to allow it, so from all the place I just want to allow, so let me save it. And if I just try to refresh the same, so I'll be able to connect to the EC2 instance. If not, yeah, it's being connected. Okay, so successfully we have created our first ever instance. Now this instance is anyhow free, but I don't want to make it running continuously. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select it, and let's say I don't want to delete it. I just want to stop this instance. Okay, so that there is no resource like CPU, memory will be allocated, but your hard disk, I would say the primary or secondary memory EBS volume will be continuously attached with that. But doesn't matter, next time when we want the same machine, instead of creating the complete new for understanding other concept also, we'll just simply go here and we'll simply start this machine. Okay, so that's all about this video. I hope you enjoy listening this video, and please do like and comment on my video. Please do subscribe my channel so that I'll keep creating such a great content on AWS web services.